Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. BBC Pundit says Arsenal star Gabriel Jesus is playing like a man possessed. BBC pundit Garth Crooks sang praises of Arsenal star Gabriel Jesus following his performance against Brentford yesterday. The Brazilian joined the Gunners from Premier League champions Manchester City for £45 million this summer. He has been sensational since, and his brilliant performance yesterday earned him the Man of the Match award as well as a place in Crooks' Team of the Week on BBC Sport. Jesus was in the news this week after Brazil manager Tite left him out of his side for the upcoming international games. None of Arsenal's three Brazilians made the cut, which was a surprise as all of them have been excellent so far this season. The Arsenal number 9's omission was definitely the biggest shock, and it almost looked like he was playing to prove a point against Brentford yesterday. He was excellent, and Crooks was truly blown away by his display. The pundit wrote in his column on BBC Sport, "From the moment Gabriel Jesus put on an Arsenal shirt, he's been playing like a man possessed. His enthusiasm and appetite for the game is immense. He's not just scoring goals for the Gunners, but leading the line. His movement around the pitch is fantastic, and he plays the game with an infectious arrogance that is spreading through the Arsenal team like wildfire, and the reason why they currently sit on top of the Premier League. The way Jesus generated enough power on a beautifully flighted ball from Xhaka to beat David Raya in the Brentford goal provided a glimpse of just how fit and strong Jesus actually is. Why Brazil haven't selected him for their national team during the international break is a total mystery to me. Jesus was sensational again for Arsenal, and he really is one of the biggest reasons why they are on top of the Premier League table. Jesus has scored 4 goals and provided 3 assists in 7 Premier League games so far. His work rate has been truly sensational, and he really has given a huge lift to all the players around him. BBC pundit says he doesn't like Arsenal star Granit Xhaka. BBC pundit Garth Crooks named Arsenal star Granit Xhaka in his Team of the Week yesterday, but then claimed he simply does not like the midfielder. The Gunners faced Brentford at lunchtime on Sunday, and they were superb. They picked up a comfortable 3-0 win, and Xhaka was one of the best players on the pitch. Thomas Partey returned from his injury yesterday, and that gave Xhaka much more freedom to venture forward. The Swiss international was, at times, higher up the pitch than every other Arsenal player, and was a big threat in attack. He has been so good that he already has more direct goal contributions this season than in each of the last 3 campaigns. Most Arsenal fans absolutely love Xhaka now, but Crooks still seems to be hungover about everything the Swiss international has done in the past. The pundit wrote on his column on BBC Sport, "I don't like Granit Xhaka. I find him confrontational, overly aggressive, and altogether irritating. Nevertheless, on his day, he is a very good player. He should have left Arsenal years ago. However, for some reason, he has not only stayed at the club, but also occasionally wears the captain's armband. Such is his popularity these days. Against Brentford, he looked very impressive, and so did Arsenal. I would like to know why Brentford didn't look up for this game, but the Gunners were so good. I rather suspect that even if they had, it wouldn't have changed anything. Arsenal were that good. Most worrying, Xhaka has always divided opinion at Arsenal, but since the turn of this year, he has mostly been brilliant. His performances since the start of the season have been on another level. Crooks is entitled to his opinion. A few Arsenal fans would have probably backed his claim a year ago, but they are singing Xhaka's name, which just shows he has completely turned things around. Xhaka is a star for Arsenal now, and Arteta will be hoping he can keep up that form until the end of the season." Transformed, Alan Shearer says it's about time one Arsenal figure got a huge credit for his role in the last year. Alan Shearer has been praising Arsenal and Mikel Arteta following their win over Brentford yesterday and insisted the Spaniard deserves high praise. Arteta saw his team banish the demons of last season with a confident and assured performance at Brentford. The Gunners ran out 3-0 winners in a comfortable day at the office for Arteta's side, who go into the international break top of the pile, and Shearer, writing in his column for the BBC after the game, believes Arteta deserves big credit for completely turning things around at the club. In just over a year, Arteta has not just built a different team, he has transformed the mood of the whole club. He deserves great credit for that because he got a lot of criticism after the way they started last season with 3 straight defeats. Shearer wrote, "This time they have won 6 out of their first 7 league games and go into the international break at the top of the table. They deserve it too." Arsenal capturing the imaginations of a number of pundits up and down the country at the moment. The loss at Manchester United was a blip, but as things stand, they aren't doing much wrong at all. It's clear as day that the Gunners have a huge faith in what Mikel Arteta is trying to do with Arsenal, and those higher up at the club are reaping the rewards of being patient. There was a time when the Spaniard looked a bit out of his depth, but having weeded out some poorer characters from his squad and being backed in the market, Arsenal are ticking along nicely. Winning the league might remain unlikely, but they deserve to be top as it is and will simply hope to keep going and going as the season progresses. Mikel Arteta explains surprise decision to give debut to record-breaking Arsenal youngster Ethan Nwaneri. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has spoken about his surprise decision to promote Ethan Nwaneri to the first team yesterday as the 15-year-old made his senior debut for the Gunners, becoming the youngest player to ever make an appearance in the Premier League. Nwaneri is the latest exciting youngster to come through Arsenal's academy, and it looks like Arteta rates him highly, as he admits to having a special feeling about the player after watching him in training. Arteta, speaking after yesterday's 3-0 win away to Brentford, "It was a pure gut feeling. I met the boy. I really liked what I saw. He trained with us a couple of times. I had that feeling yesterday that if the opportunity could come, I would do it. He deserves it." This is some praise for Ethan, with Arteta insisting the youngster deserves his chance to get on the pitch in a senior Premier League match. Arsenal fans will be excited about what the future holds for the teenager, having also seen the likes of Bukayo Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe and Edin Ketia come up through the academy and into the first team in recent years. Agbonlahor says Arsenal will not miss injured midfielder. Agbonlahor believes Arsenal now has more squad depth and they will not miss the injured Emile Smith-Rowe. The Englishman is a key member of the Arsenal squad, but they bolstered the group in the last transfer window and they now have even more options. This means it could take a while for him to re-establish himself in the side when he returns. Previously, when a key players get injured at Arsenal, the Gunners suffer. But now they have a big squad with quality players and they can replace anyone. Agbonlahor believes this puts them in a healthy position and they will not long for Smith-Rowe to return to fitness, he tells Football Insider. It just shows why you need a big squad. What is going to help now is that some teams are not playing again until the beginning of October in the Premier League. Adding, for Smith-Rowe, it's not good, but there are not a lot of games between now and the World Cup. I feel that Arsenal have got enough cover to last them until after the World Cup. Arsenal's squad depth means an injury-prone player will struggle to play. They already have top talents in different positions on their team, and the players are desperate to impress and stay in the side. If they keep winning, it will be hard to change the team to make room for a new man. Arsenal man Gabriel Magalhaes reacts to beating Brentford. Gabriel Magalhaes enjoyed Arsenal's 3-0 win against Brentford yesterday and he couldn't hide his delight at it. The defender was an important contributor as Arsenal bounced back from their 2-1 loss at Manchester United in their last league game. The result means Mikel Arteta's side remains at the top of the Premier League table and they will be its leaders until next month. The game with Brentford was a very physical one, but the Gunners showed they were up for the battle and earned all the points. When both clubs met at this ground at the start of last season, the bees stung Arteta's man. Ivan Toney made a new famous tweet after the game, following Arsenal's win. Yesterday, Gabriel copied the New England international. He tweeted, "Nice kick, about with the boys." That win was the perfect way to go into the international break, and we will return much better. Brentford is a physical team and they have been in fine form this season. Beating them with a clean sheet means we have a good mentality now and it will take us far. Hopefully, none of the boys would be injured during the break. Arsenal told they can sign summer target for just £10 million in 4 months. Frank McKevney believes Douglas Luiz could leave Aston Villa for a cut price fee in the January transfer window after Arsenal failed to sign him in the summer. The Gunners tabled 3 bids on deadline day, the last one of which was £25 million. However, Villa was serious about keeping him and they turned them all down. The Brazilian has a deal that expires at the end of the term and it doesn't seem he would sign an extension, but the villains stood firm. He could now walk away as a free agent in the summer, but Villa might try to recoup some money by selling him in January. McKevney believes that would make them accept an offer more than 50% less than what Arsenal wanted to pay earlier at £10 million, he tells Football Insider. If he wants to leave in January, Steven Gerrard will have to tell him they are dropping the price to £10 million or £15 million, and if he says yes, he will leave, and if he says no, he will stay until this summer. I don't think players need money nowadays the way they used to, so Gerrard can talk to him and ask him if he wants to see out his contract or get a bit of money for the club. If he's got any decency, he will get some money for the club. Luiz wanted to join us and he will unlikely sign an extension at Villa Park because other clubs also want to sign him. It's probably smart for us to move for him in January before our rival does. Arsenal refusing to give up on Benfica fullback Grimaldo. Arsenal has surprisingly been linked with a move for Alex Grimaldo in the last few months. The Spaniard played for Benfica in Portugal, where he has been for most of his senior career. However, his current deal expires in this summer and he is now very likely to leave the club. Reports linked him with a move away in the last transfer window and he was expected to join a top side like Manchester City and Juventus. However, no deal happened and he remained with the Champions League campaigners. Arsenal has 3 accomplished left backs and they even sent Nuno Tavares out on loan in the last transfer window and he is thriving. Despite that, a report on VGHS.net insists they still have an interest in Grimaldo. It claims they are one of the clubs battling for his signature, but they are facing competition from the likes of Newcastle and Everton. Every player will choose to join Arsenal over Everton or Newcastle, but that will happen only if the player wants to play for a top club. If Grimaldo's priority is to continue playing regularly, he might not accept Arsenal's offer because he will struggle to play. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.